Boom, here we are, another Wednesday evening, and that means another Duckhook Golfers show. And we follow the Masters that happened on Friday at Serengeti, but we've also got the real Masters to talk about, which is going to be exciting. And I'm looking forward to hearing everybody's thoughts on who either you think is going to win, how you think Tiger's going to do, etc., etc. So there's plenty to talk about. And we've got Reading coming up tomorrow, everyone. There's a nice field for that, so we've got some things to talk about. I don't think the show is going to be as long as normal, which is probably a good thing. I'm not alone. So let's get started, everybody. Let me tell you who I have with me. We got Barnes again with us, so he's going to do a bit of a recap of what he thought Serengeti's conditions was, because if we look at the scores, if you were involved or either looked, you would have saw there was a very, very high scores, and the guys that struggle, except for the guy at the bottom, Mr. Grant Nell, who had an unbelievable finish to become the latest Duckhook Masters champion. Grant, welcome. How are you feeling? Have you had time for it to sink in yet?
Man, it definitely sunk in. It was an awesome feeling. I think the closest feeling to a Masters must be playing the Classic.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. No, it was awesome just to get that win feeling.
We're going to talk, when we go through his scorecard, he'll paint a bit of a bigger picture of exactly what transpired towards the end. And yes, I think that is probably the ultimate feeling on the Duckhook Tour, is winning a Classic. Barrett, you coming this year on the Classic, yes?
Absolutely, yeah. That's one thing I'm definitely going to not miss. I heard a lot of good things about the Classic, so it's definitely a thing that I won't miss this year.
It is. If you're a Duckhook golfer and you have not been on the Classic, it is definitely a bucket list item for you to do. The guys were ready and on the line as we came on, and the logos went. We had Carl Rollins saying, "Who's it? Enkies, does I say, how's it?" And he is playing tomorrow at Reading, so looking forward to Tian all the way from Durban. Let's not forget that the Durban guys are actually playing this week at Mdoni. So good luck to all of them. It's going to be a great day. Wayne Jensen, good evening, Amal. Hello, Wayne. Nice that you're with us. Alan Lowe is also now signed up for Reading. Good to have you. Fricky is not with us on air today, but he is watching with his braai going. I hope you are braaiing that meat okay, Fricky. Brian Owen, the Masters was great. He played in my 4-ball. He played really, really well. He was right up there. Pity about 1 or 2 holes that cost him in the end. Otherwise, he could have been right up there. Morneo Kelly, Ian Holtzy is there. Grant, hello, Ducks. Yes, hello. Let me say, Shandon, good evening, Showtime. I'm glad that you actually made the time today, Shans, to get us live. Peter Prinsloo, and the list goes on and on. So let us know how things go, everybody. All right, are we ready? First thing I want to touch on is the calendar and what has happened. Unfortunately, for the first time in many, many, many a round, we had a rained out event. And this was State Mines. We all, excuse my name, Murdu, all the way to State Mines just for us not to play.
So, what, 100K?
If we cannot get, like the weather gods have got to get it right. Let us at least be central if we're going to rain out. But yes, if you weren't there and you want a bit of insight of what happened, we all stood there. The guys in charge of State Mines said, we have to wait and see. We waited. There was just about all of us there, and then they said, let's go. And then we probably lasted 4 or 5 holes, and the course was unplayable, and we came off. So if you're wondering if you played and you don't know already, you'll have your credits reinstated. We're busy with that, so you'll have your credits back. We won't take your money, I promise. Rescheduling, on the other words, is difficult. The Duckhook schedule with 41 events is so jam-packed, considering we don't play in December. How many weeks is that? There's not much time to reschedule something like that. So, but we'll see. What's coming up? As I mentioned, Thursday series is Reading. That is tomorrow. We've got a good field. I think we're on like 67 or 63 players. Durban, as I mentioned, it's not Bluff. Sorry, that has changed. Then CMR is after a little bit of a break for the Gauteng League. We moved to CMR. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then something that they're all looking for is Magalies Park on the 8th. Durban play their Masters. Then we go to Pretoria Country Club on the 12th of May. Then the Durban series goes to Mount Edgecombe, the Woods course, and then we're at Royal West. So we've got plenty of golf as usual coming up. And the bookings will open probably in the next few days for May, and then we can all get started. All right, we're going to do the course thing again because I want to see who's on top of their game. And then a bit of an announcement after this. Gents, any idea what golf course this is? Now, I don't know if I try to make it a bit harder, but do you know? I'm assuming that the guys who've played there will know. Yeah, guys? Grant, you staring at me? No idea?
Buddy, I think like Sun City, I haven't played there. Don't know.
Sun
Can't
City?
tell. Yeah.
I think you're missing a resort building or two if it's Sun City.
Or what's it, Gary Players course or something? Yeah.
Yeah, that is the smallest Cascades you'll ever see there at the bottom. So
Yeah,
you are
I
wrong.
can't say it's in the field. This is definitely not one I played.
Barent? Oh, you might have played. You don't know.
I'll make the Masters champion feel a bit better tonight. I'll say, no, I've got no clue.
No clue.
I wanted to say something like Royal Oak. Or
No.
I got no clue.
Did you hold on? Look at the bottom left. Does Royal Oak have this river thingy here at the bottom left? You know where Royal
I
Oak
just
is?
wanted to
Bill?
make the Masters champion feel a whole lot better.
Well, let's make it a bit easier. It's not Champagne Sports Resort, Mr. Leon Westhuizen. So you can mark that off your lists, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's get straight into it, everybody. We're going to start with the Masters because we want to know how it all ended up. And this is how it ended up with the top 10. Grant Nell, -4 finish, 40 points. Well, you know what I mean. 850 ranking points. That is going to leap you in the race to the player of the season. And that set of Strix and Irons. Kira O'Connell, -2. Also had a chance. Jacques Gravenstein, -1. Leon Westhuizen had a good day, -1. Your partner, so the two of you were really egging each other on. Donny Geldernis, even par off his one handicap. That's fantastic golf. Simon May at one stage was -3, and really, at a stage, I thought that he would take it. Also, in your four ball, Grant, unbelievable. So you had if there was a four ball, you probably won it. Stephen Saunders had an exceptionally long day with his partners. Jan Venter, our Centurion winner, +3, good effort. Jaco Duckhook, +3. And there, as I mentioned, Brian Owen, +3. And unfortunate, plenty ranking points that were earned. And that's what you get. And Grant, take us through it. I want to know about your scorecard. Where did you start on the 10th?
Yeah, so we started on the 10th. The 10th was literally just had to play very carefully the whole day. I ended up the first mine at I think a +2, a +1. And then from there it was just steady golf. I made a big mistake on my chipping on hole number 2. Went for the green. Chipped it out of the rough. It was a little duff there, and then from there it was just steady golf, going straight.
Let's fast forward to the third hole where you have this stretch of pars before your two birdies. Otherwise, we're going to be here until midnight.
No problem. So yeah, the par was on the par 5. That was quite an easy par make, and then since there was just went with the driver. When it came to the par 3, had a very awesome up and down. And then hole number 6, I went too long in the rough. Awesome recovery out of the rough with a 9-iron. And then, the birds just came through. From there, the 2 back-to-back birds. Yeah.
You said the 7th, you almost drained it. You spun it back and you almost put it in for an eagle.
Zipped it back. Literally landed 30 cm from the flag. Almost zipped it in for the eagle there. Had a 105 in. That sandwich, and then from there was on the par 5.
That's the interesting one because you went for it in 2.
Yes, definitely went for it in 2. So there I had the confidence. You know what you said. I told myself, let's just go for it. And had a 163 in to the flag, and so it clubbed down to a 7-iron, wind into me, and easy swing on the green, Then it was Simon. Everyone, Simon and Kevin, his ball was just below mine, so I could see the line. Almost drained that one also for an eagle. So yeah, that made the day.
And then unfortunately about the drop shot, but it was enough. Now, you came in first, so that's a lot of scoreboard watching.
Yeah, no, it was, I can't say it's stressful, but yeah, looking at Donnie could definitely take it. Kero also, he was also up there he could take it. So yeah, it was a few guys that was up there checking them. Yeah, but everything pulled through. I definitely know the last few holes on Serengeti is tough holes.
Tough holes. I just want to get a couple of comments in here from the guys who played. The Masters was tough, but at least I played with good company. Not the only one. Leon, I struggled as well. Or at least I started coming back towards the back. Shannon says, I just want to forget about the Masters. I think he had a 13. Byron, tell us the story. You were playing with Shandon.
So yes, it was. So I'm just gonna paint the whole picture. It was the absolute best thing on hole number 13. One of us hit it to the right, and we actually spent some time looking for the golf ball. And one of the other players, I think it was maybe Jean-Andre, hit it to the left. And in any case, he made a big number. He made a 9 on that also. We actually fell a bit behind on hole number 13. So I think that was probably one of the reasons why Shannon made the big number. So when we stood on the tee box on 14, Peter Prinsloo and there was another 3 of his playing partners were on hole number 16 green. And they actually saw this happening with us. And poor old Shannon didn't make the ladies' tee for his first 3 shots. He dunked them all in the water.
Ouch.
Eventually got it in the fairway and then duffed it again to the water, dropped it at about 130 meters out, and he up and down for the 13. So it was actually a phenomenal 13 in the end. But it was, sorry to say, but it was also one of the funniest things I've also seen in some time.
You can definitely see that on the Classic.
As you know, I do catch up with the top finishing guys to hear what they had to say. So this is what the top finishing guys had to say. Masters out of the way. 2 under 4 to go. Tell us about it. How was your day?
Yeah, just such a great day. The guys with me didn't have such a great day. I think there was 10 shots over 10 between the 3 of them. They battled out there. Kept it strong as long as I could, but eventually just enough was enough. Bad par 3, dropped 2 shots. 17th hole, had 60 in, chipped into the bunker from 60 meters from the middle of the fairway, duffed it, made another double. So I dropped 4 shots in the last 4 holes. But still a good game. This game's great. We just got to tighten up those couple of small little drop shots and we'll be good.
5th on its own, shot level par, shot 73 gross. I left a lot of shots out there. It's like I actually missed sort of 3 makeable birdie putts, which is a different one. And I made a stupid drop on hole number 8. I was chasing the game, went for it in 2, and unfortunately found the water. So I made a stupid drop there. But I played well, considering I'm not 100% health-wise. So yeah, I'm happy with the round.
Tied 3rd. You were up there a long time.
Yeah, Mas, I can say it's a bit emotional, but I've enjoyed today. Today was one of those rounds that was begging to be out there, so I pulled it out. Driver went nice, approach went nice, putting was exceptionally nice. Did bomb out the 10 with a 7 with the ball out of bounds, and then when we started on the second 9, which was the first 9, also bombed out, so it's 2 7s for me there, so that could have been a different day. But today was quite exceptional, quite lekker. Obviously, we're in the golf cart with the champ, Brant Nel. He was playing an exceptional round of golf. It was pleasurable to know, it's a 2-horse race currently, and then I stuffed it up on the 8th and the 9th. But yeah, I'll take 3rd. It's a form shaker for me, so I'm quite happy about the form.
Sure, I had a very solid round. Just good tee shots, good putting. Greens are very tough. I shot a 77. I'm happy with that. It's not a course I know very well. It's only my 2nd time, and it suits me. The wind was blowing. Loved it.
2nd at the Masters. That's pretty good.
Yeah, very happy, Maz. Yeah, I was playing well. Off my handicap, playing off a 19. I only technically bombed one hole. I only made 1-8. The rest I scored everything if we were playing points. So that's where I want to get my golf. The driving was good. My irons were a heck of a lot better. And yeah, I was just playing it safe. I wasn't going for the Euro shots, and it worked out well.
Must have thought you had a chance at one stage.
I did, yeah. My 16th and 17th, the 7th and 8th hole, I lipped both putts. Like, first putt actually left it right in front of the hole, like on the edge, and the second putt just lipped, so that would have put me tied for the lead, but can't complain. Good round, happy with the score.
This champion, you've got a major under your belt. How are you feeling right now?
Very ecstatic. It's a freaking awesome feeling, eh? Sitting in a clubhouse, waiting for everybody to come through, checking the scores coming in, and just when the last 2 ball came through, I knew, okay, now that's mine.
You are the winner of our proud sponsor of the Masters, Champagne Sports Resort, of a 2-night, 4-golfer vacation. Excited?
Very excited. The guys already asked me, telling me they're my friends or whatsoever. So, yeah, whoever pays the most can join me.
You're basically the best golfer after 3 months. The feeling getting up to the trophy and all your peers being happy for you?
The goosebumps were there when the cheer came through. Yeah, no, it was awesome. Really loved it.
Loved it indeed. It is quite a special feeling. I got a message from, it looks like your sister there, Grant. Grant,
It's
JC
my
legend.
brother's girl.
The earnest for dad. So there you go. Something, a tournament to dedicate it to. Thank you for watching, Chantel. Barnes, give us a quick synopsis. Why do you think the course was so difficult for most of us?
So, yeah, I guess, like I said, I truly think because of the Tour Champions that's coming up, it's the growing the rough. If you did miss a fairway, it was really tough to get out. There was no control over the golf ball whatsoever. So I think that was probably one of the big things. And number 2, I think the pins were a bit tricky. It definitely did feel like a club champs for me all over again. With the home course advantage, it still felt very difficult. You really had to pick your spots on the green to where to leave yourself. So yeah, 2 putts was probably on the scorecard most of the time. But it was really hard to make putts as well, on top of everything. So, yeah, well done to Grant. I think he must have had a phenomenal round. Obviously, keep it all together. I just heard now, with the good round he still played, he still had 35 putts. So, I mean, it still shows you it's a hell of a good golf played.
Tee to green. And just a reminder of what Grant wins. The Masters champion wins a 2-night stay for 4 golfers, including a round of golf at Champagne Sports Resorts. I know he's been talking to me about who he's going to take, so he will reveal that soon. But gentlemen, it is not over. It all starts again. And now we move on to the Open, which we are trying to qualify for. And the qualifying, well, State Minors was 1, so that falls away. So Sunday Series 1 is only 2 rounds. And then the 3 Thursday, 3 Sundays. And what are we playing for? Well, the Open is powered by GP Prinsloo Attorneys. They will be sponsoring the Open with his, shall we say, conglomeration of companies, legal consultants, and corporate labor solutions. The champion. Now, this is what we're playing for. The champion will win 3,000 credits. It's a lot of credits. Runner-up, 1,500 credits, and third place, 500 credits. So you want to get in because 3,000 credits is pretty much half a season of golf, or half your classic paid for, if you know what I mean. So, our new favorite attorney, and if you need an attorney, is Peter Prinsloo, who is part of the group. So let's support him. And yeah, we've got the Open to qualify. I'm defending the Open. So let's see. Peter, maybe you should include a consultant of some sort of troublemaking, getting out of solution. I don't know. Right. We ready? Reading tomorrow, everybody. How does the standing stand? Well, I'll tell you. Cornel Erasmus is leading the Thursday series. And now, unfortunately, Cornel contacted me not too long ago to say that he is fallen ill. So he will not be playing tomorrow, giving the others a chance. Does he give Dani or Jaco Jacobs on tied second, 74 points a chance? I'm sure Dani will now be playing for another series title.
Another series, yeah.
Can you believe it? Never goes away. Jean-Ray Dutoit is 4th. Eddie Ivans with his win at Parkview is 5th. Jacques Gravenstein is tied 6 with Ricky Steyn, Hansi Aman, and Oki Brits, and Tyrone Vickery. So it is tight, everybody. Very, very tight. If you want to see the full standings, you go to the Duckhook website, and if you navigate around, you'll find a tab that says Thursday Series standings. All right, boys, let's talk about Reading quickly. This is the scorecard. The national ranking is 77, so they're in the top 100 Parkstyle course. Water comes into play on 14 holes. Now, when I saw this stat, I was like, really? 14 holes? I think some of the water is kind of tucked away. You shouldn't be hitting it into the water. And it's designed by Sid Bruce. Boys and girls, I think the start on both ends, the first is a tough hole. You've got to thread it through the gate. And the 10th is also, it's the stroke one, is a tough hole. So getting started on Reading is important. Barnes?
Yeah, yes, I really think if I had my way, I really think to start on hole number 1. I know even though it's the tighter starting hole, but I think yes, if you can start there, if you do have the privilege to start there, it's actually going to be a lot easier. Hole number 2, 3, and 4 is a lot easier following after the first hole. So I think it should give you a bit of a buffer. Hole number 10, hole 10, 11, 12 with the highway there right next to you, and 13. There's a lot of stressful holes there. You really need to know your story, keep it on the fairway.
As you say, now looking at it, 10 is tough, 11 is a difficult par 3, 12, 13 is a long par 4. 14, it starts getting easier. Then the 10th par, the 15th. 16th is don't hit it into the complex.
The houses.
17 is fine, 18 is fine.
Done that before.
So let us say, the first 9 is going to be the scoring 9. So let us say, I assume the guys playing the first 9 will be on the top half of the live scoring until they turn, and then it will kind of even itself out. So that will be interesting to look at. Now, the green speed, Grant, you played there recently. Give us some advice about the green speeds?
So, Reading's green speeds, they did hollow tide, definitely.
When?
About a month ago, they hollow tided. So yes, the greens I've passed also recently, so the greens are really looking in great shape.
Yep.
But I could definitely say they will run around about a 10 and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and also with the rain that fell, we'll definitely be able to attack all the pins.
Well, we would be used to the green speeds by now if it's 10 and a half. And let's just say it's probably, the course is going to be great condition, and we are slowly moving into winter. So, boo. Now it gets a bit browner. The guys who like to bomb it like it. I don't. I prefer the lushness of what a green golf course offers. The first and 10th tee, sorry this came out so late, but we've had a couple of issues. There has been changes, guys. After sending it out, there's been a cancellation, and there's been guys coming in. So this is just in the morning, especially the first tee, that's changed around a bit. Okay. As you can see, the purple, or shall I say pink, are the team games. So we got Kunrad and Father playing Jaco Jacobs and Rujan Lessing. Finally, Robert Michael and Paul Ricketts get a game under their belt against Simon and Leon, and Simon and Leon have to win that game in any hopes to progress through to the next stage. Carl van der Meulen and Luke Janssen to get their first game against Granville and Stefan Kluter. Wayne Jensen takes on Jacques Gravenstein, and they get their singles up and running. I'm sure you can see the handicaps that are on there. All I would like to say is I'm a 16, who knows how, but sure, I don't know how I don't stroke 17 and 18. So if ever I had a chance of actually
you have to
playing
shoot 100 on Serengeti to not be able to.
we playing our match play against Matthew and Russell, or for 16. If I can't win this thing, then I'm giving up golf. No, I lie. You never say that. Sure. The struggles are real. All right, we're going to have a look at the pins shortly, and just a reminder that one of our closest to the pin sponsors is Golferade. Yes, we're glad to have them aboard because they like to refresh us, and they're doing so well. If you look, they're in many of the golf clubs now. So keep supporting Golferade. Let's have a look which pin they are actually sponsoring. It's par 3 11th. which is, as you know, as I mentioned, a difficult par 3. Just to find the putting surface can be a bit of a challenge. Going back to the par 4 first will be closest in 2, so straight off the bat for those guys starting on the first tee, that is the closest in 2. And the par 3 fifth, where we can't put it anywhere else. It's got to be in the par 3 fifth, all the way over the water. Normally plays about 150, but the wind. If the wind gets you there, that can be an entirely different situation on that par 3 fifth.
Yes, on that par 3 fifth, Paul Vickery, I think, made a hole in one day.
Did you really? No. Paul Vickery or
Isn't
Paul
it?
Ricketts?
Ricketts, sorry. Paul
Seventh.
Ricketts, yeah.
Seventh.
Oh, wasn't
Par
it
3
seventh?
seventh. He made the hole in one. And that was quite a while ago. There's a whole honours board. I think we're over 10 Ducks who's made hole in ones over the 9th. This is the 9th season, so that's pretty good. I think one year we had 3. That's pretty good. Barnt, these are the groups, featured groups for tomorrow.
So in Group A, we've got double thick milkshake up Barend, Knutse and Arnie Geldenhuys. I actually spoke to him just before I came onto the show. He's a bit sick, so I said to him, don't worry, I'll start winning so he can actually get his immune system back up. And then also in the group, we've got Trevor Miller, Jan Venter, winner from Centurion, and Wayne Jensen. And then in Group B, I unfortunately can't see the names on my screen now.
Oh,
unfortunately.
There we go.
In Group B, we've got the open sponsor, Peter Prinsloo, Okie Brits, Dorian Fourie, Billy Hall, and Cornel Erasmus.
There we go.
Which won't be playing.
Let's move to head-to-heads. Now, the head-to-heads would not have changed from State Mines because that became null and void. So we got this is paired up in the teams again. Who takes on who in the team matches? Dylan de Beer. It's nice to see him featuring in a Duckhook event. He'll be the captain of the red team. And the captain of the blue team will be Lyle Langley. So I think it's pretty close. In Dylan's team, we've got Mark Borragero, Robert Michael, Simon Mayer, Carl van der Meulen, Lucky Janssen, the 2 Conrads, myself, and Grant. We'll be looking to beat the blue team: Adam Ford, Leon Oosthuizen, and Paul Ricketts, Granville Williams, Stipiten, Kluter, Jaco Jacobs, Rujan Lessing, Matthew Whittle, and Russell Tandy. Yes. So that's how it looks. Let's see what happens and transpires with the head-to-head. Morneo Kelly has reminded us a few times that it is his home course and he plays there plenty. Inside info, 10 tomorrow. Beautiful condition. What's 10 tomorrow?
10 on the stump.
The stump.
Oh, the stump. Thank you, Mornay. So if you don't feature, that is just poor form on your part. Really. Boys, to end off the show, I thought we'd just quickly touch on the Masters, the real Masters, should I say. What a hype it has been, especially with Tiger Woods. What a difference he makes. To see the practice rounds on Monday, where there are, 5 deep of a crowd watching him. I think it's great for TV, and I'm glad he plays. Who knows how he's going to do, boys. It's going to be a tough one. So we can't really, if he finishes 72 holes and he finishes in the top 10, I think he'll take it, although he wants to win.
Yeah.
I actually saw a interview where they asked him, they said, you don't play in a tournament if you don't think you can win. And they asked him, do you think you can win? And he's like, yeah, definitely. So that oak, I think mental strength is next level. He's an absolute robot.
And if you watch the rain session, now this was only the only tournament in the world that there's coverage of a practice session, a range session. And the commentators were saying the short game is what he's really been focusing on. Now, if you've seen his house, he's got the best facilities, probably better than most courses. So it wouldn't be surprised if he's raring to go. So I had a look at who is the favorite on some of the bookmakers' pages. I did this 2 days ago, so this could have changed. But this is how one of the bookmakers had it. John Rahm is favorite at 12-1. The numbers don't really matter here, but this is the order that they're putting in it. Justin Thomas, Cameron Smith, Dustin Johnson, Scotty Scheffler, who's now the world number 1. Colin Morikawa hasn't really featured this season too much. So he's due. Jordan Spieth is there. Rory, always someone to look out for. Victor Hovland, it's not a bad bet the way he carries on. Brooks Koepka, I don't know if he's shown the form coming into the Masters. And then Patrick Cantlay, the Tour Championship winner from last year, and then Zane Schaffer. Anybody on this page, if you had to choose one, boys, who would this be? And on the chat line, give us your favorite and who you think is going to feature.
On my side, I think Cameron Smith,
Mm-hmm.
So he's definitely an underdog, and his performance lately is awesome. He can really pull it off. And also, I think DJ is also up there with the guys, definitely.
I'm surprised to see that Hideki is not on this front page, seeing that he is the Masters champion. Sorry, this is 11 to 24. Will Zalatoris, Bryce Chempo. I don't think he'll make the cut, to be honest, the way he's running on.
Sure.
And we always got to back the steadiness of Louis Oosthuizen there.
Louis.
Next to what?
Well, I think I need to put some money down on Louis to come in at least second again.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got the form in finishing the top in the majors. Barnes, who's your pick?
Yes, my heart wants to go with Rory for that Grand Slam. But yeah, yes, my heart is always for some South African to win it. I'd love to see Eroyan or Gary Gichu or Christian Besaidino. That would be absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, if I had to put money on someone, it'd probably also be Cameron Smith, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the Aussie. Maybe his mullet's gone by then, but I doubt it. It seems to be.
Well, I know it's Eric Van Rooyen's gonna shave his snore.
Is he?
Yeah.
Then Oosthuizen says, have to see Tiger at the Masters. Hope Louis can feed off the energy by playing with him. Can you imagine playing in that 4-ball with the crowd? That must be, if you want to be picked, either it's an advantage or a disadvantage playing with Tiger Woods. Depends how you take it. Dorian says Rory. I also like Rory, but Rory needs to prove himself at some point. Also been struggling, but Justin Thomas for Fricky Bonnet. I'm surprised he's not going for Tiger Woods. Maybe that's his second favorite. Fricky, is it your second favorite? Maybe. Yapi deploys his JT. JT's been practicing with Tiger, so that might help spur him on. Paul says Rory for the win. Yes. And then Shandon, definitely Justin Thomas. Obviously, Wayne is going to go for Tiger. I don't think he goes for, even if Tiger's not playing, Wayne is rooting for Tiger. Tiger's favorite, but Victor Hovland and Louis are next in line. And Leon Kruger says Hovland. Chantel Johnson says, question, why is Phil not playing? Is she being sarcastic? Or do you not know? Phil is not very popular at the moment because of his dealings with the other tour thingy.
Yeah, no, I don't think she knows exactly.
Okay. That's probably answers that question. Matsuyama is in the race to get fit with his neck injury. That's right. They did say that he's probably got a bit of a stiff neck. I don't know if you ever had a stiff neck like me. He's probably trying to get through that. Apparently the Champions dinner went awesomely well. Whew, we're going to be here all day, yeah. Ian, Holtzy, go Louis. Peter Zach would love to see Louis come through and paired with Tiger will be distracting. Yeah. And on and on and on and on and on. Yes, Wayne is kind of, it's pretty much what I said. It's to do, this is Phil Mickelson, to do with his nonsense on the PGA Tour. Yeah. You can't try and start a rogue thing and then get away with it at this early age. But you know how things go. You'll be back one day. The final thing I want to show you quickly, which I also thought was interesting, is how do you get into the Masters, on who qualifies. This is 3 pages long because there's 19 criteria. So I'm going to go through this very quickly. Masters Tournament Champions, lifetime. So you want to win one of those. US Open Champion, 5 years. The Open Champion, 5 years. The PGA Champion, 5 years. The winner of the Players Championship, 3 years. So that's good to win one of those. Current Olympic Champion, which is Xander Schauffele, gets 1 year, but luckily he's in the top 50, so he doesn't get, he won't miss out. Current US Amateur Champion and runner-up. Current British Champion, Amateur Champion. Current Asian Pacific, current Latin American, current US Mid-Am Champion. So sure, it must be not, you get one of those places, you're in it. Top 12 players and ties in the previous Masters. Top 4 players and ties in the previous US Open and in the Open. And in the PGA Championship. So it's lots to play for if you're in the top of these other majors. Winner of PGA Tour events that award a full point allocation for the season-ending Tour Championship. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but they get 1 year. And then qualifiers for the previous year's season-ending Tour Championship. 50 leaders on the final official World Golf ranking for the previous calendar year, and then the 50 that are prior to the current Masters tournament. So pretty much how our Summer Cup works is if you qualify for the one, then you out for the other. It's not like you just accumulate spots, but you only get one. If you're in the top, many of those guys will be in the top 50 as it is. That's why the field is not massive. Have I left anything out, gents? Is there anything you would like to mention about the Masters, which the Par 3 competition is coming up soon? Let's not forget.
That sounds easy.
I also believe all the golfers who's ever won the Par 3 championship on that Masters has never won a Masters jacket. So I don't think it's fun to watch, but yeah. I don't.
You don't want to win it, but will there be a first?
Yes.
Thanks for that stat, Byron. The one that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Grant?
So, Maz, do I get a green jacket?
No, maybe one day. Seeing that we're getting plenty of sponsors now, we can get nicer things for the Ducks. Okay, I'm going to end off the show with saying, what golf course is this? There was a couple of guys, and then I think the guys gave up. So I might have won, finally, with this golf course. So this is it. Okay, I'm going to give you a few clues. It's in the South Coast. Does that give it away? Not Highland Gate. Definitely not. That's what Alan Lowe said. I need to take this out, otherwise I can't see what's happening. Where is this graphic? There. Alan Lowe says Highland Gate, but that is incorrect. Have you been to Highland Gate, Alan? Jacques Grahamstein, Fish River. Maybe close, but no. McCoflay? No, that's Brian Owen's guess. And then, there was more. There was another Fish River somewhere. Yanni says Fish River. And yes, that's all that I saw on this side. Finally, we've got one. Well done, Ian. You don't win anything, but you win like the prize for getting it right. South Broom is the one. Selborne next door, that's Shandon. Almost, but not. But South Broom is definitely the answer, everybody. Wild Coast is close, but not it. That's it, everybody. How long we have? 39 minutes. I think we've just set a record, everybody.
We tried our best.
Final announcement. The final announcement is next week there will not be a Duckhook show, but I need you all to tune in because we're going to do another edition of the Duckhook Golf Quiz. So that's going to be fun. It's something that you can participate in. There's going to be, once again, 2 teams, new teams of 3 taking each other on, and there's going to be questions from all around, from Duckhook to the golfing world to South Africa and so on. We can have some good fun and we can egg the guys on. So join us next week for the Duckhook Golf Quiz Show. That's it from me. That's it from our current Masters champion. And that's it from Byron. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bright and early. We start at 7 o'clock. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I need to get around and golf then.
See you at Reading.
See you at Reading, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Have a luck one. Enjoy the Par 3 and the Masters.